Russ, what was your take on that then? It was, I suppose, a game that was defined by goalkeeping errors.
Yeah, not a good night for the goalies, was it? It was. I should be sitting here and just talking about how positive a performance it was from a lot of young guys, a lot of academy players, and I'm really disappointed for them and for the team really, because they. I don't think Laurie had a save to make. I might be wrong in that, but I'm pretty sure he didn't have one save to make. And yet we concede 2 goals, which is, I just said to him in there, I love Laurie and he plays a really good, strong role in the group, but he knows himself, it's just unacceptable really, the 2 errors. And yeah, he feels gutted, as did the team, and very frustrated because, as I said, there was some real positives to take from the night as a whole.
As you mentioned there, actually, the youngsters all made a name for themselves tonight, didn't they? None of them did themselves any harm at all.
Yeah, I thought they were great. I thought Lewis and Charlie, who started, and Jack. Obviously, Jack's been with us quite a bit through pre-season, so take for granted that I think that was his debut as well. So because he spent a lot of time with us, but yeah, I thought all 3 of them done really, really well, and then so did Josh and Malachi when they came on. So really pleasing, to end up with 5 of them on the pitch and still put in for half an hour and still put in the performance we did, really dominant. Again, had a lot of chances to break into their box, and that last pass again, recall Lasso hitting one where if he just plays it in, we're through on goal. Matty Soronolo has a 1-on-1 with the goalkeeper. He should finish. He was excellent again tonight. So yeah, some really good bits, and them 5 especially, should be really pleased with themselves and should go away happy with what they've contributed to the team tonight, and just been undone with 2 big mistakes and nothing to do with them at all.
I thought there was a nice little torch passing moment where you brought off David Kasuma, Matthew Soronolo, and brought on Malachi and Josh. I thought that was a good moment, and those are the sorts of opportunities that these young kids are looking for, isn't it, to get a game in this competition?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, that's how David and Matty, we spoke about it yesterday. David and Matty got their chance in the team, and they took it. And these guys have not done themselves any harm at all. And I don't want to single any of them out. And together they were fantastic, and I'm sure it will lead to more opportunities for them if they continue the application they show us. And they've only been with us a short space of time, a couple of them. But it's what we're trying to do here. We're trying to do things in our own way. In the way that we see fit for the club and for us as a group moving forward. And it's really important that we try and promote young players and develop young players. It's really important, and it's more important than ever after what's happened with COVID, etc., that we have to try and promote them. And I think we're playing a style of football that will accelerate their development really quickly, and they'll make them become really important first team members. So these guys have got a long way to go till they get there, but it's the start of their journey now. They've had a taste of it. Hopefully that should give them more. They shouldn't feel comfortable with just one appearance. They need to drive now to make sure they have plenty more of them to come.
Some senior players obviously in the mix again this evening. Not really many standout performances, but I don't think it was a game that really had many standout performances other than the youngsters, did it?
Yeah, no, I think we're playing against a team who are really young, just press like crazy, really aggressive. But with these games, it's really difficult when you're chucked in. Sometimes in an older pro, you can almost see them as a lose-lose situation where you're expected to win. You're going out there. Other guys are getting rested or have trained during the day, but it's never ever a punishment to play a game of football, first team game of football, in whatever competition it is. And none of them treated it like that. I thought the application and mentality for all of them was fantastic. Colton kept going, kept organising to the end, as did Bailey. I thought them 2 in particular, their attitude and their mentality towards it was brilliant. Scotty and Louis, done 45 minutes each, and they were the same. I thought David was probably our best player when he came off at that time. So, and then Lass, done a couple of positions tonight and done well as well. So, we talk about, not even mentioned Johnny Freeman, he's still really early on in his journey, and we talk about him, and he talks like a senior pro as well. So, yeah, there's lots more to come from this group. And tonight was just a taste of it for them. And I'm just really disappointed for them that they've lost the game, because they didn't deserve that.
A quick word for David. Actually, he gave him the captain's armband. That's a massive deal, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's sign of how far he's come as a person and as a player. How much responsibility he now takes on. And as I said, we're trying to develop that here. We're trying to develop them as players and as people, and make them feel part of something that they can really help create and build. And I think he feels that. I think he feels how much we value him and how much highly we rate him. And he also knows how much more we think there is to come from him, how much he's got to learn and develop. And he's, he deserved that tonight. That's why he got the armband. He deserved that. We had a lot of academy players playing. And again, it's up to them to look at that and really aspire to become, like that and to do something like that themselves, because he's earned that. And now he has to, like the other young guys, he's still really early on in his career, and he has to keep striving to improve and to make sure he becomes the first name on the team sheet every single week. And if he does, when he does, he's going to be a huge, huge asset for this football club, even bigger than he is already now.
Didn't see George Williams in either of these games. Is he okay? Everything all right with him, or has he just been wrapped up for the weekend?
Yeah, he just wasn't ready to start yet, so we keep monitoring Georgie. Hopefully he'll be back for the weekend, but we need to make sure he's fully right. I spoke about it before. When you miss a pre-season, it's really difficult. You're almost playing catch up through the season then to make sure you get physically really at top condition to play game after game after game. And he's a warrior mentality. He just wants to play and dig in, and he did do that when he was feeling something. And he'd be the first to admit it affected his level of performance a little bit, but it was for the right intention, to try and help the team, to try and help the squad with results. But it's setting back a little bit. So frustrating for him, frustrating for us. But we need to make sure when we get him back that he's back for good then, and we're not dealing with this, all season, little niggles and stuff like that. So he's an incredible pro. Once he's back, he'll be back properly, and then hopefully he'll be with us full time.
And finally, from me, it's something of a dead rubber tonight, having already qualified, and it didn't really matter the ultimate end result. You've named a massively changed side to what we'll probably see at the weekend. How important is it to not see this one as an upset in your momentum that you've built up over the last few games?
Yeah, no, I don't think that'll be the case. I think everyone acknowledges the amount of changes we made, the amount of opportunities we gave to young players tonight. And that wasn't me writing it off at all. That was me trying to win a game. That was us trying to win a game, but do it with a different kind of team in a different kind of way. And we were really close to doing it. And, at 1-1, I'd have been really, really pleased with a point. We would have meant we would have guaranteed to top the group. And it would have maintained our unbeaten run to 5 games. But it's a completely different game in a different competition. So, I don't think anyone will read too much into that. We now need to pick up the baton again and make sure we go again on Saturday and continue the unbeaten run in the league.
Nice one. Cheers, mate.
No problems.
People might view this competition as just another fixture in an already congested schedule. But is this a tournament that you'd quite like to go deep in this year?
Yeah, definitely. I think it's shouldn't be frowned upon at our level, this tournament at all. I think it's undervalued, and maybe a lot of people don't approach it they approach it in the right way as they see it. But for me, it's a chance to. I know the fixture schedule is really congested, but it's a real chance. There's a big carrot at the end of it. It's a really big reward. It's a chance to play at Wembley in a final, get a taste of that, have a feel for that, and win something. Some people go through their whole careers without winning anything, and it is almost like it's the FA Cup for League 1 and 2, if you like. It's a cup competition. You have a really realistic chance of doing well in and possibly winning because of the amount of teams that are in it. So we've done the hard part and qualified. We'll have to wait and see what happens now next week in our group to see what we're doing in the next round. But of course, whoever we get, we'll put a team out to try and win it and progress to the next round. And the guys know the importance of it and know the importance that we place on it. Every single game, we want to win. Whether it's in the FA Cup, this trophy, in the league, we want to win. It's a mentality we have to create. And if it doesn't hurt losing, that's why it's so frustrating tonight. It's some really disappointed guys in there that really hurt, which I'm pleased with. Because if it doesn't hurt, then you're in the wrong game. It's as simple as that. So, I want to do well in it. I want us to be successful and I want us to win things. And why not in this cup?
Now, obviously, playing against these so-called elite academy teams, does the overall style or the flow of the game feel a bit different to when you're going up against like a fellow League One?
Yeah, I think they had nothing to lose. They're already out. They have a lot of young players playing. Their team's changed quite a bit. So I think their approach was just to go all out, press. And we didn't recognise it enough in the first half, when to play in behind and when to, the whole reason we ended up playing to Laurie was just to bring the press on, suck 4 or 5 players onto us and then play beyond, which we've done really well, and was what happened with the goal. And then for some reason, in the last minute of the game, whatever it was, we don't... This is a perfect picture. We have 5 players pressing our centre halves and goalkeepers, and all we have to do is miss them out, and we have a 4 versus 1 on the left side of the pitch, which we've done really well in most of the game, and we just didn't do it. So that's the frustrating thing. I'm getting annoyed talking about it, but it is what it is. We move on, we learn, and was the game any different? Not really. I think we turned it into a game, which we do most weeks, where we have most of the ball, we're probing, we're attacking, we're aggressive, we win the ball back really quickly. So all the fundamentals were there. The last bit, again, just not quite sparking for a number of reasons. A lot of young guys playing, a lot of different players playing in different positions. So yeah, we should come away tonight, feeling much better about it than I do at the minute.
And lastly from me, obviously you've been without the likes of Luke Williams and Dean Thornton and your backroom staff. How's it been working with Richard Keogh, who's stepped over to the sidelines to help you out?
Yeah, he's been great for these 2 games, and you had Dean Lewington and Cammy as well, all playing their part tonight, Lee Nichols as well. So really good, and a sign of the culture you want to build it. They all get what we're doing, they all understand it, they all buy into it completely. You look at Dino at half-time after the game helping, young Charlie, Keezy doing the same with a few of the midfielders, and Cammy talking to Lewis Johnson and Colton. So, incredible that these young guys have the opportunity to learn from them. Real cultural architects for us, really buy into what they're doing, and all great people, as well as professionals and players. Obviously, they've still got so much value on the pitch, and so much in terms of their performance levels have been brilliant. But the young guys have to take as much juice from them as possible. They have to use and tap into that source of knowledge, that experience, tap into it as much as they possibly can. Because you don't often get that chance in football where you have that much experience in one dressing room, that many good characters in one dressing room, and you have that clarity and clarity in what is fundamental to our culture and our performance. And all these guys live it, and they behave that way daily. So these young guys need to look at that example, and they do it fantastically. So the role they play is huge. I'm really missing Dino and Luke, but I'm pleased Keezy and Cammy and Dino and all these guys can have a little taste of it and just see it from the other side. Just to even watch a game, Dino watched it up from the gantry tonight, and was mic'd up with Richard, and just to even watch it from a different angle, different perspective. They see different things, which will certainly help their performance on a Saturday as well, because it feels so different on the pitch. So we'll hopefully use that to our advantage. They'll all be on the pitch on Saturday, I'm sure. So I might not have any mates on Saturday, apart from the sports science and medical team, who are fantastic. But I love working with everyone here. We're building something. I always say that to you. We're building something that's for us, and the way that we see is fit to move forward and really progress. And we have to keep sticking to it, sticking to our process, sticking to what we believe in. And those guys all play a huge part in that.
Cheers, Russ.
No problems.
Is there a sense of pride that they're able to slot in so quickly, the young players, and to basically be a part of what's going on here?
Yeah, we're trying to. It's really difficult with COVID, etc., just to dip in and out of training with the young guys with all the protocols. But we are, credit to the academy guys. They've really bought into what we're doing and have tried to implement a lot of the stuff, filter it down, which is fantastic. They do it in a different way, of course, because they have to adapt to the players they have and what they've got and what they're comfortable doing. But it's credit to them that the guys can step up and fit in. And it's also credit to the players that whenever they've been with us, they get it, they understand it, they ask questions, they learn really quickly. And so I'm really, really pleased with those guys and their attitude.
Sure. Is it a sense to have that final ball in creating chances has just been something of a consistent frustration so far this season? And is it something that's going to be taken away to work on over the next couple of days, you think?
Yeah, we are working on it. We're working on everything all the time. We're trying to adapt, trying to improve. But yeah, of course, it's frustrating at the moment. It is, because the amount of times we get into the opposition final third, the opposition box, and it just doesn't quite amount to enough really for the hard work the players put in to get there. So, you know, look back on Sunday, I think we had record amount of touches in the opposition box and we didn't score. So, you know, it was it will come. It will come. We need to work on it. We need to continue to work on it. But also, you know, teams are making it really difficult. They're banking up. I guess it's a sign of respect for the players. They've earned that, what they're doing. The teams put so many bodies between the width of the goal and give up, you know, other areas of the pitch, but they really don't want us to hurt them through the middle. So yeah, it's tough. It's tough. We'll continue to work on it and we'll continue to find a solution. What I would say with these players is every time we've come up against something different, something new or a problem, they overcome it. They learn really quickly and they overcome it. So we'll be fine. We'll be fine in that. You know, if you look at all the stats and all that stuff over the course of the season, you know, they end up tipping in the favour of what you do more often than not, and they will do. I'm confident of that with the players we've got. So yeah, it's frustrating, but it's also not a huge worry. We'll continue to work on it and it will come.
Sure. Did it have the feeling as well towards the end that it might be a game decided by either a magnificent goal or a more scrappy one, like the one that ultimately turned out being the decider?
Well, I didn't see them scoring at all, so maybe more for me because I don't think they got near our goal for a long time. And credit to them, you know, they worked really hard, really hard, really aggressive. But yeah, I didn't see them scoring. I saw us scoring because it was starting to open up. I thought they got really tired, and the game was really opening up. So I saw us scoring or going to penalties. Either way, really, I did not see them scoring at all, and we've gifted them a goal. So that's yeah, frustrating.
I guess it's just one of those learning curve things as much as anything else. Cheers, Russ.
No problems.
Thank you, guys.
Cheers, guys.